All right. It's Friday. I have a feeling that today is going to potentially consolidate a little bit, at least at New York Open. So got to be careful. Today, we're back to having 5 funded accounts. I'm going to try and not get smoked. We also made a pretty large move up overnight. Like 300 points. What up, Mert? So kind of what I'm watching is if we are going to continue, I got my eyes on this area a little bit for us to retrace some of this move higher and then come up. Now, if we just like end up pumping off the open, then I'm watching like this area and this area to see if we're going to actually push through it or if we're going to hold on, or if we're just gonna like rotate in between this area. This is a pretty large like let's say if we do end up actually rotating in this area, this is a pretty large area, so we can still catch some moves. But I had this box drawn out. This is one of my zones. We didn't touch into it yesterday, but then the move down overnight, we pushed into it a little bit and then we started rejecting out of it. So we're going to see if this push higher is going to continue, but just got to be a little bit careful about New York Open. So we're just going to chill. We're going to chill until market open and see where we are going to go, basically. And then also, by the way, something else I'm watching too is on QQQ, we're probably going to open somewhere pretty close to the 600 level. And that's a pretty important like psychological level for QQQ. And yesterday when we got there on NQ, we basically chopped. I mean, I'm sure a bunch of people got smoked trying to trade this in the PM session. So also, with this account, the balance isn't really that large because we did have a couple losing days. So it's only like 1,500. But technically today would be the 5th day, but I'm not going to worry about it. I need the balance to be higher, like closer to probably, at the bare minimum, like 2,500, 3,000 before I take a payout on this. So maybe next week. And then this account is one of those accounts that is like the consistency rule, but it's a 3-day payout. So I think we'll just try and build both of these balances up and take a payout at the same time. And then I have 3 Apex accounts. One of them, 3 PA Apex accounts. One of them is like $1,000 in profit, and the other two are brand new. I activated them yesterday or last night. I've never really used Apex like that before, so I am kind of nervous that I'm gonna build those accounts and they're just gonna like deny a payout. But what can you do other than not trade with them? Although I don't think they'll deny a payout. I'm not giving them any reasons to. So I guess we'll just have to see. Ooh, we have jolts today. What the hell? On a Friday? And Michigan sentiment. Okay. At the same time. That's gonna be interesting. So we got to pay attention to the 10 a.m. Eastern candle. Probably, unless we're like, yeah, that's Michigan sentiment and jolts at the same time. Yeah, Ikigai. What I'm kind of expecting is like for us to potentially rotate in a balance, but it's like it could be a pretty large balance though, just like in this area. But this is still really large. But in terms of like a directional run, I mean, this is a big enough range for us to trade, even if we do stay in this area. But yeah, in terms of sessions, like Asia highs were taken, London highs were taken. I'm not expecting us to actually come down here unless we just like start melting, right? But it doesn't really make a lot of sense for us to target and make a new low. At least not yet. At least not until we get like all the way down here, right? And then in terms of like running higher, like let's say if you thought we were going to come all the way up here, which it would be, I mean like, that'd be a crazy move. But if we are going to come up here, I mean, we would have to get past like this area between like 8. It's kind of a big area here where I don't really think we'll get past it, but at least not today. So I'm kind of anticipating we stay like basically in between here and here. We do a bunch of random shit. But again, that's a very large range, so there's still like opportunities to take. But the only thing I'm worried about though is like if we open in the next 5 minutes or 8 minutes, if we open right here, we're essentially opening at 600 on QQQ, which, I mean, look what happened yesterday once we got to 600. This is disgusting. Prop firms probably made a lot of money right here. A lot of resets happened from that. So I'm worried that we make this large move up, and then what do? Well, we just... And then PM session brings a move. Right? Gamma levels. So there's a bunch of different places to... oh yeah, and today is Friday the 13th, huh? Yeah. Friday the 13th. But gamma levels, you can use a few different platforms. I specifically use this one. There's like Gexbot, Spot Gamma, Mentor Q, and then I use this one. It's called Tanuki Trade because I like the UI. So if we're talking gamma levels, then like basically what I'm watching for is this. Look, I'll show you. So you can see this here, but I also just have it printing this data on whoops, I have it printing this data on this. So like if we're gonna open here on 600, this is, and I'm still like, I'm not an expert at gamma, by the way. I'm learning it, but this is the way that I understand this, okay? And I may or may not be wrong, but I'm gonna just say it anyways. 605 and 595. I'm kind of expecting us to stay in between here today. We have a large put wall. We're opening at the gamma flip level. Basically, it's a huge psychological number. It's 600. So it's kind of like a situation where we may have like a large rotation, but I guess we'll see. I mean, like, this is price right now sitting at the gamma flip level, which is should be interesting. What up? Thanks, bro. We'll see. We'll hopefully not lose all of our money today. That's the goal. It's not to. Today, though, I am going to be kind of careful. Because this isn't, it's not really clear to me, like, what potentially we're going to draw to at the open. It's kind of like. Yeah, Cheesy, this thing is fucking sick, dude. It's the main reason, like, when I did a bunch of research and I realized, because you know how they all have different model calculations, so like all these different places take the same data and then they calculate differently. But I looked at Gexbot and Spot Gamma, Mentor Q, and then MZ Trading and all these different ones, right? They basically all have the same levels, at least the levels that I care about, which is like call resistance, put support, or like the call wall and put wall, and then the gamma flip level. They may be off by like $1 on QQQ, which is about 40 points on NQ. So then I was like, well, if they all kind of give the same data, then I might as well just use the one that has like the best user interface. So I like that one, and it's pretty cheap. It's cheaper than the other ones. It's like 60 or 70 a month. My bad, 70 a month. Yeah, Gex is pretty dope. I've been taking a lot of time researching it and looking into it. Like I've always for a while, and I know you've been using it. I just like I've been putting it off. But it goes hand in hand with order flow, so I think it's pretty good to use if you're trading order flow. I just got to be careful because I'm not like an expert on it, right? So like I got to understand that sometimes when I'm reading that stuff, I could be totally wrong. But at the end of the day, I'm not really using it for entries. I'm using it for just a location filter to understand like whether the market is in a structural, like if it's likely if we're going to basically compress or expand for the day. All right, we're about to open up here, so Zal, I'm not gonna, there's no reason to look at SPX for me because I traded NQ. If I traded ES, I would look at SPX. But I think it's better just to look at QQQ or even NDX, but QQQ. What up, Joseph? So if we do push down, just so you guys know, I'm watching this area down here, like past this low, this little swing low. I'm watching this area right here to see if we're going to bounce and continue back up. But today, I'm probably going to be a little bit more passive. My data is lagging right now. See that? See the difference? What numbers? These numbers? Look at this. It's lagging. What the hell? Is it gonna keep lagging? Let me see. Let me.
Order filled. Order filled.
Damn, are we about to do that right now?
Order filled. Order filled.
Dude, are we about to do this right now?
Order filled. Order filled.
Nah, Rexer, I don't know if you understand what I'm doing right now, but I'm seeing the data move before Project X is doing it, and I'm just scalping. I'm basically... like, I know what it's doing. Like, I can see it. Like, if you look at these two charts, they may sync back up right now, but for a while, they were like... they were different. But I have to take it off because this is I had to take it off the copy trader because this is just top step. If I would have taken this with like Apex and shit, I would have gotten fucked. So I turned off the copier for a second. I just wanted to test it out. Dude, because I'm not going to cap. There was one day I did this and I made 10 racks that I pulled out from payouts. I made 10 racks, bro. So like... I'm just watching it, but I think we're gonna sync. I think we're syncing up now. Yeah, we're back to normal. Okay. Let me turn this back on. Dude, there was one day, there was one day I did that, but like you see how we weren't really moving a lot right here, so there wasn't a lot of opportunity to try and exploit that. But like there was one day we were snapping back and forth like fucking crazy, and there was a delay. That stuff is crazy, dude. So anyways, it looks like it's syncing back up to each other. So we're gonna stop doing that. But we were able to make a quick $500 from it. If you didn't know what I was doing, that probably looked funny. I was just like randomly entering and exiting trades. I'm sure you could totally get banned for doing that, by the way. But you know what? I don't give a fuck. It's not my fault. It's not my fault you got a shitty platform with lagging data. Like, so this open is incredibly slow right now. We'll see if we pick up speed to the downside and come into this area that I'm trying to watch for. I'm gonna draw a little. Watching this area. Okay. If we're gonna just like mess around right here, around 600 on QQQ, then probably just gonna sit on our hands. Although since that happened, I need to be careful what I'm copy trading right now, because the fills for Top Step and Apex are probably going to be different right now. So if I move to break even on Project X, I need to make sure that like I move it actually in profit, just in case, if that makes sense, for my PAs for Apex. Why, Zal? Are you trading ES or something? Is that why you want me to show you SPX? No, it doesn't. When it comes to looking at gamma levels and looking at GEX, if I'm trading NQ, I should not be looking at SPX. I should be looking at QQQ, not SPX. If I'm trading ES, I'll look at SPX. Or you could look at it for like macro context, because SPX is the S&P 500. But for what I'm trading on NQ, it's more important to look at QQQ, not SPX. Because I was looking that up because I wanted to get vol signals, right, for the gamma levels, but they only offer SPX. So then I was like, can I use SPX gamma levels with me trading NQ? I was like looking that up. It said you could, but it's not ideal. It's more ideal to use QQQ. Although it's probably not a bad idea to have it up. I just don't have that many screens. So I gotta pick and choose. NQ traders looking at crypto. Yeah, the opens have been pretty lame recently. Like, you probably had a bunch of people who watched this candle consolidate, started to see us break down, and people tried to chase this right here. And just got cooked. And then who knows? I mean, I'm not going to take any positions in here, but maybe people are like, oh no, that was the fake out and we're going long. And then, like, the market's going to, we're going to start printing up here and then snap back. Well, it's not about getting more screens. It's about space. You know, like I have a screen right here. You got a screen right here. I got a screen right here. I have a screen right here. I got 1, 2, 3, 4. I got 4 screens and an iPad right now. So we'll call it 5 screens. And the only issue is like OBS and Discord. Yeah, I'm screened out. OBS and Discord take up part of that because I got to make sure the stream is chill. And I got to read your guys' comments. Yeah, that's a good point, Broncos. That's a good point. I think if we're gonna continue with this like weird opening delivery, it may be a better idea to wait until the hourly candle closes and we have. Dude, why is Jolts on a Friday? Isn't that usually on Tuesdays? Or am I tripping? Did we miss like Jolts or something due to like a shutdown for a couple days? So as we're pushing up here though, I'm watching between, well, I'm watching around the 750 area, and then if I'm watching between 800 and 850 to see if we're actually going to push through that, if we're just going to like push up into it and then turn back around. Short limit at 839. It's a pretty good spot. I'll keep my eye on it. Did you set that one last night? Nice. Yeah, I'm watching that area up there. Like if we push past this right now and we start pumping further between like 850 area and like I'm like watching this area. Actually a little higher. Like here. Probably. Nice. Joseph and Choosy caught the longs. Killing it. How big was that? Damn. Nice. Yeah, I'm just waiting. So this account that I'm on now is technically eligible for a payout, but it would put me kind of in a shitty position, so I'm not gonna take it. I'm gonna just wait for next week. And I have that other account I gotta trade too. But I think I might wait for I think I might just wait for the Friday jolts. Wait for some jolts and some Michigan sentiment. See if we start moving around after that. Oh, it's all good. Chunky monkey. 750. Where is that? Why would your entry be all the way up here? Oh, targeting 800? Oh, gotcha. Yeah. That's what I'm watching right now, Broncos, but I just I'm gonna just wait. Yeah. Plus, I don't want to try and get into anything, especially if you're gonna try and like short it right here, and then we mess around here for like, I don't know, until news, and then news just rips it up. It's at 10 a.m. Eastern. For whatever reason, we have jolts today, and we have Michigan sentiment. Michigan sentiment is usually on Fridays though, but jolts is usually on Tuesdays. So having them both at the same time is kind of weird, but you know, what I've been thinking too is like, to me, it feels like these opens recently have been slow, but I was thinking about it for a little bit, and I was wondering if just like the past month, if it's just been so high in terms of volatility that, because technically the ATR on these candles is like 40 points right now. For it just feels slow, which is weird. This entire week, the overnight sessions have been making the moves, like the big ones. Like I think almost every day this week, when I've drawn out a level I wanted to watch for during New York, it was hit during London. Perfect example of it is today. This one. I know this is a large ass area though, but still. It's like an hourly level I have. Yeah, there's that 2 nights ago Asia had a really good move. I was waiting for us to break below this for like the longest time, basically all week. And then we did it during Asia. All right, we'll wait. We're 5 minutes away from news. We'll just wait. I hope that when this hourly candle comes out that we start like picking up some speed and direction. I mean, we will at first because it's news. I'm assuming, but hope it continues. Bruh. That's what we waited for? Sick. That was a really weak. I mean, those are jolts in Michigan sentiment usually actually will usually push the market a little bit. At least it does. And it would like last month. That was kind of like nothing. Look at the volume. There's only 9,000 contracts traded in it. Very anticlimactic.
Order filled.
I'm gonna try out some shorts right here, but I want to see us dig deeper, but we may end up just like snapping around in a range. And I bottom tick that. Seems to be a recurring theme here. Bottom taking some shit in the wrong direction. Try and take it back towards the open. If we get a little push, I'm gonna just have to move it to break even. And I'm gonna hold it towards opening price basically. Just in case my apexes got filled somewhere else, I'm gonna actually move it right here. So they don't get stopped out and like for a loss.
Order filled.
Alright, it's fine. Honestly, if we continue having like this like slow PA, I'm probably just gonna stop. And I'll just come back on Monday. But one of the reasons why I moved my stop to break even is just because I was watching this right here. It's a low volume, this low volume node and the candle that pushed up initially. I needed to see it like really break past it. But we kind of we stalled out right there. We might still break past it and then come down here towards opening price again, which is right here. I think it's right here. I'm actually curious where it filled my Apex accounts. Okay, we're chill. We're chill. Bro, is anyone trading this right now? Technically, I could have kept my 1-to-1. I'm not feeling it. The NQ vibes are not there for me right now. see if oh great, now my data is getting delayed. All right, it's back. See if we start picking up some speed now. We actually do something. Came right back. Oh wait, this is opening price. Damn, the short limit order at 839. Painful. Just a little off. Might come up there later though. For big rig. So right now on QQQ we're just floating around 600. So I'm trying to see if we're gonna stay above 600, if we're gonna start breaking below it. I'm gonna try and go long right here.
Order filled.
See if we're gonna start pushing back up. My stop's just gonna be at the bottom of this candle. I think if I get stopped out of it, I'm just gonna stop trading.
Order filled.
Cooked. Alright, so I'm up 347 on one account, this funded account. And then, actually, we're gonna wait a little bit. I'll sit here and I'll wait a little bit. I'm down 260 on the other accounts. This is a 5 minute, and this is 15 minute. I'm gonna change it to the 5 minute. I'm gonna wait for this 5 minute candle, and then wait a second. Does this say I'm in a position right now? Hold on. Oh shit. Wait, what? It says that. Dude, it's tripping right now. Hold on, let me disable this shit. Let me just flatten everything. It says that the position's open on this account. I don't have a position open on this account. Kind of sketchy though, huh? It's throwing me off. It says I'm in an unrealized it says I have unrealized P&L right now. On Apex? Nah, it says so like I could see unrealized P&L. I know you guys can't see it, but it's showing that the one that's in a position currently still is the Express account that I'm currently looking at on Project X, which it's not, you know what I mean? Like this account. It's not. Am I consistently profitable? I'd say so. Yeah. Although I did like blow up some accounts at the beginning of this month, but we're back to having 500, so we should be chill. Although this past couple weeks have been kind of rough for me because of the way New York Open's been moving. So that's been going on. Advice for someone who trades evals good, but the funded accounts horribly. Well, how are you trading your evals? And what's your definition of trading them good? Dude, honestly, I hope that this thing goes down because that's gonna be disappointing if I if I went long right here. What was my position? I was like long right here with my stop like right here or something. Well, yeah, I mean, it just depends how you're trading your evals. Like, just because you passed your evals doesn't mean that you traded them good, if that makes sense. So I guess it depends what you mean by good. NQ. I should have given it a bigger stop loss, maybe. Nah, not convinced. I'm gonna hope it. I'm gonna hope it go. We do have the 15 minute that's gonna close pretty soon, which is also 30 minute. So halfway through the hourly, we're gonna see if we pick up a little bit of speed. Today's been really slow though, in my opinion. Sticking to the rules, good RR, but when I get on a funded, I take like 20 trades a day. Well, I know this is, you said you want advice. I know this is probably not what you want to hear, but stop doing that. Like, I don't know, you know what I mean? Like, you're probably thinking about your funded account too hard. You're like letting it get to your head. Going from 3 trades a day on an eval to going to 20 trades a day on your funded account, you're trading it completely differently. So it's like, why? Why are you doing that? Well, probably because you see that you're in a funded account, your heart's racing, you're like, oh, I can actually make money, and then you just start making like emotional decisions. How about you just try moving forward on your funded accounts to limit yourself to 3 trades a day, just like you were with your evals. But yeah, I mean, you obviously know what the problem is, right? There's only so much I can tell you. It really just comes down to you just to kind of stop self-sabotaging yourself. I don't know what firm you're using, but some firms have those some firms have those platforms with like the risk settings. I mean, you can try and utilize those, you know what I mean? To protect yourself from yourself. Should you switch to Top Step? I mean, you should use whatever firm you want to use. I use Top Step, but I also use other firms too. The main thing I'm looking for when I'm trading a prop firm is just like end of day drawdown, a decent payout cap if possible, be able to pass in a day or two. Damn, dude, that sucks. It took me out. I just went in a little too early. Just need to wait for that last push down. Or had a bigger stop, but how big is that from where I entered? Like 50 points. How big was my stop? 25 points basically. Fried. What up, Rocket? Alright, I think I'm gonna just stop. Not feeling it. Although, just a little bit of a recap. When we were coming, I forgot where did I try and go short? I think it was right here. Went short somewhere here. We went like 25 points in profit, and then it hit me at break even. I tried to go long right here. Took it a little bit early. Had like a 25 point stop. Made the last push down, then it made us move up. We're up $347 on this account, this Top Step account. And then we're down like 250, 260 on the other ones. I have a meeting in a little bit, so I'm probably just going to call it a day. So I'll be back on Monday. If you're going to continue trade, just be careful. I'll catch you guys later.